um, like to ignore our ideas, right? And I had an idea a couple of years back where um, I was wondering, I was like, I can do a lot of stuff in my house, have my small workout equipment here, and get some workouts in. But for some Hey everyone, how's everybody doing? How we doing? We're back, and I think it's Monday. Days seem to pass by me, and sometimes we kind of get lost in the gist of what's going on, and we don't really think about how much we have, how grateful we have, how much more we have to be grateful for. And first and foremost, I want to, I'm thankful for anybody watching, anybody that supports me. I am grateful for that. Also, just grateful for be able to turn on this camera, have everything that I have to be able to just basically experiment, right? And I think any of us that has a phone today nowadays, something that you can record with, you should start your own experimentation, and you never know where it'll take you. It might just be for fun, and eventually it could become a hobby, and eventually becomes your career. So you never know. That's the way I look at it. Following that instinct of, what if I try this? What if I try that? And so if you're like hesitating, you're thinking about doing something like this, and you're watching my stuff, and you're like, it's cringy, but start with your own things and make it cringy for yourself. And who knows? Maybe it becomes something that you never thought it would be. So this is how we all start. And if you guys listen to this as a reminder or a sign that it's time to start. We're not going to go back to normal anytime soon. I don't think ever, as I said it before. It doesn't look like it. I think that we're being baited like, 2 weeks from now, we're going to reopen. And then 2 weeks comes, and then it says, nowhere, we're nowhere near, which is how I'm feeling today. Like, okay, I thought Friday would be our day. We're going to go back to at least some type of normalcy in New York City. As we just found out today, it's not going to happen. The governor said that there's not enough evidence that it's letting him believe that we're ready to go back to normal. And I'm starting to believe we're never gonna go back to normal, and which is why I'm panicking a little bit because I know for me, I love to go to my church, as I called it, was the gym, and I'm seeing that the gym is nowhere near being opening anytime soon. And I kind of first saw this a couple of years back when I first started like documenting my stuff, and I stopped and I started. I had a blog, and I mentioned it how home gyms should be for all of us, should be kind of a small takeaway for ourselves. Even if we go to the gym, have something at home just to play around with. And man, I wish I would have gone through with my idea. I didn't go through with it, and now I'm paying the price. I guess not. Maybe it's just meant to be. Maybe I'm just meant to relax and not really do much. But 6 weeks, 7 weeks into the quarantine, I'm already like, okay, I'm ready to go back. I'm ready to put in some work, and the gyms are not anywhere near open. So, in relation to my last video where I was talking, got cut off by my memory card. And for you guys that are trying to record on your cameras, always make sure to erase some of your videos and give yourself some space after editing, because sometimes you edit and you forget to delete the video that you no longer need inside your memory card. So, yes. I learned from that. Right now my camera turned off because there was no space. But yeah, I was getting back to the point where I think sometimes we like to ignore our ideas, right? And I had an idea a couple of years back where I was wondering, I was like, I can do a lot of stuff in my house, have my small workout equipment here, and get some workouts in. But for some reason, I always loved the gym. Just the gym has such a variety of different choices, and although you do the same workouts most of the time, but sometimes you want to change it up and try some different things. So it does give me a broad, I would say, experience of choices. But at the same time, if you had to basically limit down to your essential equipment, there's an essential equipment that you can just use every single day, and you normally use it for all your workouts for the most part. And you can break it down to a really small set of equipment, and have your own home workout, well, home gym as they say. But being that we're in quarantine, I was kind of forced to kind of understand that, that I can adapt, and we are adapting to this new situation. Everybody is, and I didn't think that gyms will ever be kind of restricted from anyone. I never fathomed that in my mind that it would happen. Like, I never thought it would, ever be an issue. And being from New York City, yes, a lot of people that are out of state, they probably have their own garage gym or basement gym or backyard gym or a shed built with a gym. In New York City, you live in apartments most of the time, and they're very, very small, and you don't really have a lot of access to a lot of space. So, that being said, you really don't have a lot of space to stack up or store weights or bars or plates or benches or stuff like that. I know a lot of my friends that do that, and they make the best of the situation. But I felt like if you can kind of just get to the gym and not have an inconvenience not too far from you, you can just pay a membership every month and just get there, right? And not have to worry about storage, space, noise, bothering your neighbors or whatnot. So there's always pros and cons. But for the most part, for now, we have no choice. We have to do it from home. And I'm realizing how essential a lot of the things that I use at the gym that I haven't really purchased. And as I'm looking online, shopping for my things, the prices are absurd, right? The prices are, for something that, that's not really worth that money, but because of the situation and pandemic, a lot of individuals are taking advantage of it. And I think that's great and all. I'm not, capitalism, I'm not going to knock nobody hustle, but it comes to a point where I think it has to be a win-win, right? And it is a win-win situation when you're trading off something for something else, but not to the extent that you're trying to take advantage of what the moment is or what the situation is, right? Because if someone is in need, doesn't mean you're going to up the price up because you know that they'll pay whatever it is. I think you have to understand too as well, as a human being, having been a win-win for all of us, right? So the person's getting their service, and you're getting your profit, obviously, but necessarily, I think there has to be a balance, right? Excuse me. If you go into a dealership and understood they have one model of a car and it's very, very limited, that is understood. That price is there for a reason. But if there's a excess amount of these weights and all these things that we're seeking, it's not because of limited amount. It's because of the demand. And being studying economy is, I understand the statistics that high demand equals higher price. But at the same time, I think when it's a situation like where it is now, I feel like you have to do it more as a service, right? If an individual doesn't use it, there's weights that people have in their garage that probably have been using 10 plus years, and they're sitting there. Go ahead and put it up for sale, right? Put it up for sale, and you'll sell it really quickly, especially now. But at a price that the individual's you're not, as they call it, price gauging, where we had lately with the PPE equipment, all the stuff that hospitals needed, where companies were gauging prices because of the demand. And I think there comes a point where ethically, I think it's you're kind of crossing the line. And the only reason I say this is because you're going to be in a point where one day you might need a situation, you might be in that need, and now people are going to try to, take advantage. And I think everything is a revolving circle, so, you always got to put yourself in how would you want to be treated in a situation, and I think a lot of us kind of forget that. I know I do as well, but I do understand that, so I'm not going to knock the hustle as they say, but I think we got to be a little more conscious of how we go upon our daily business and whatever it is that we do. But the whole point of the story, or the video, there's so many ideas that we have that we kind of just turn them down, or we kind of just put them down, put them away, don't think about it, kind of call it grandiose, and we don't really ever really pursue it. And I think that was one of my ideas, right? One of my ideas was buy my own. I actually made a list of the things that I would probably need to have my own small setup at my house where I can do my things daily, and I have to go back to the gym. but obviously that didn't work out. But yeah, so I had a plan, and now I'm kind of being forced to in a way, you know, not forced because I kind of not do anything, but I feel like I do it as a more of a self care, as they call it. It's more for me as a mental thing. Getting in my quick daily routine does give me a more of a mental relief for the rest of the day, and I'm able to function properly. And as they said, studies have shown that it does affect your mental health, and it does help and boost your immune system and all these great activities that it does. But at the same time, I don't do it for any of that. I just do it for more of a sense of feeling good. And and a lot of us do that as well. I don't think everybody has a purpose. A lot of people do it for, you know, back in the days when I was an athlete, I was doing it for athletic reasons. But now you just do it just to keep yourself healthy, keep yourself sane and happy. So that being said, it's like I'm kind of being forced to go out there and test the market and find out what the prices are and different equipment. And although it is very complicated right now because a lot of the things are sold out, I never knew how much people actually work out. All of these equipments are most of them are sold out or back ordered. So I'm happy. That means a lot of individuals are getting the greatest shape of their lives in quarantine. I'm the opposite. I've been doing minimal and eating a lot, but obviously a lot of individuals are taking their part as well of getting in the best shape they can while they're home. You have time that we didn't have before to do anything. Now we do have time. So I'm happy that it is sold out. That means a lot of individuals are getting on their A games. But at the same time, I wish that, you know, I should have done this when I thought about it and I never really took action. So I think in life we all have that moment where we realize, wow, that time in our lives we had this idea, we never took action. Years later we might be like, wow, now I've been either I've missed it or I'm being forced to do the idea that I thought about, and we always second guess ourselves, always doubt ourselves. So let's stop doubting ourselves. Any ideas you can have, go for it. What's the worst that can happen, right? So that being said, if anybody of you knows anybody that's sending some type of free weights, let me know here in the comments. I'm okay with it. New York City, obviously, locations, I will definitely go and scoop it up. So I'll see you. Take care, everyone. Peace.